Let's see, I really hope that it's a 200 wood start.
Yeah,
Because I'd feel bad if it's not.
So, welcome everybody. This is the ESOC Second Chance Championship 2018. I am XeeleeFlower, and the driver today is Gibson. And we are casting Mongobillione. He is in the color green, playing China to the south, and to the north, he is playing versus Flontier in the color blue, and he is playing German.
Yeah, and this time for real, I have dough black bars, and it is still a 200 wood start. Although the previous game was only a 200 food start, and this game is a 300 food start for German. So it actually gave them a little bit of an advantage there.
So I'm just taking a quick look at the hunts and everything, and it seems like they are okay. At least to me, anyway.
Yeah, I see 3 hunts for both players that they can easily get on their town centers. So I think it's good enough.
Yeah.
And it's also really nice. Flontier had a 50 wood treasure in his base, which is really nice.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Because it allows him to not have to gather so much wood while getting his TP.
And China's picking up 60 food.
Yeah, that's nice as well, because really any food for China helps them just get up a little bit faster. Also, Mongo has no vills on wood yet. And traditionally with China, what you would do is you would gather an extra 100 wood and make either a TP or a second village. Oh, but I didn't realize he's getting this treasure right there.
Yeah. So that's definitely gonna help.
Similarly, Flontier here is getting a treasure. Or they're both getting a pretty large wood treasure.
Yeah, that's very good for both of them.
Yeah, they'll both appreciate that. And this map's also, it's a really nice map for China because there's so many cows everywhere, and they basically have the village, which is a free livestock pen. So any cows that they can get really benefits them.
Yeah, it looks like he wanted to pick up those treasures first and then focus on getting the yaks, because I still see there were quite a few still left on the map, but now he's picking them up pretty quickly with both the disciple and the monk. But Flontier also was able to pick up some yaks, so I mean they're not quite as good for him, but they do, they obviously do help, and also they take away from Mongobillione being able to pick them up.
Yeah, and that's really the bigger thing, is that any yak you get, China's not gonna get. And also, it's a fast gathering, 100 or 50, 200 food, which is still not amazing, but it's not as good as China for sure, but it's still quite nice.
Yeah. We do see Flontier throwing up a trading post. Rather, he did throw it up. So.
Yeah, he got it at the very start. So, and I believe that he got the first or second pass. So that's quite nice for German, because it speeds up just every shipment that you get, getting a TP so early. And he is about to start aging too at 3.0, looks like about 3.06, which is about the time that you expect German to age. So nothing too wrong with that. And Mongo's about to start aging as well at 3.20, which is about the time you expect China to age. So it's just a very standard age one so far for both players.
I do see East Indian Men in his deck, in Mongobilione's deck. What do you think about that? You think he's gonna try to maybe do a little water? He does have some more junks in his deck.
I don't think he will. I think that if he was gonna go water, he would have either shipped that card first or taken a TP in age 1, which would allow him to send it at like 4 minutes. I think we're probably just gonna see, judging by the fact that he's got vills on only coin and food, that he's gonna do a kind of standard China FF.
Yeah, that does seem likely. He does have some unit shipments in Age 2, and he also has a standard army card in Age 2 as well.
Yeah.
So that's... He could theoretically stay in Age 2 maybe for a bit. What do you think?
I mean, really really with China, you always want to end up in Age 3. Because especially in this matchup, you know that German wants to be Age 3. And it's just if German's Age 3 and China's Age 2, it's just not possible for China to really compete.
It's just always nice when people do things that are unsurprising.
Yeah, and that's what... I
mean,
think Mido sometimes will play H2 China, and I think
I'm excited for it.
I think it can work, but still ultimately your goal is not to stay H2, but it's kind of to not die, so that you can get to H3.
Oh, this is going to be a nice pickup for him.
Yeah, so I guess that because it says War Hudson stable, but I guess since China can't build a stable, I guess it just lets him build a barracks. Although Flontier will not be in time to contest it. Oh, I say that.
Oh no!
He got.
No.
Oh, that's bad. He got blocked. He got blocked by his own disciple.
Oh no!
And that's really, really nice, especially considering that Flontier looks like that he wasn't even going to build a stable in Age 2. He was just going to go straight to Age 3.
Yeah. And now he can. Easy.
But yeah, just getting that extra stable is really, really nice for him. But yeah, Mongobillione just starting to age now with the Golden Pavilion, so pretty normal. Flontier, we can see, is macroing to age as well. He sent 3 settler wagons and then 700 wood, which is kind of the normal boomy semi-FF for Germany. So we'll see him clicking up in probably about 30 seconds here. And he's trying to raid a little bit, but Mongo taking good care of his vills, not going to lose any so far.
Yeah.
And I would like to see Flontier move his Explorer down from here, up here, and with the 700 wood that he shipped, take the TP and get Stagecoach.
As you say that, his Explorer is moving up there.
Yeah, so hopefully with some of that wood, that's what he'll do. I expect to see a barracks. Yep, he's making a barracks now, and then Stagecoach, and then the rest used for housing.
3 Ulans coming in from the south, gonna maybe try to get a raid off again. But Mongobillione has constructed his base and fight there.
Yeah, he's not gonna lose a Vil unless he's kind of falls asleep and stops paying attention.
Yeah. It's very smart that he pulled his Vil off of the War Academy that it was building.
Yep. And actually, Flontier, instead of getting a TP and Stagecoach, built 2 Raxes, which I'm not a big fan of because you don't really have as Germany at this point, he doesn't really have the economy to produce from 3 military buildings unless he ships like 700 gold.
Yeah, he currently has DOPS in queue, so I'm not...
Yeah, he's got 3 DOPS in queue, so I guess he's assuming that China is going to be making a lot of cav. Because, yeah, there's 5 DOPS pop. And so it's just gonna, we'll see if, with China you can really go, you can go cav. Oh yeah, and he's shipping DOPS too.
Yeah, he shipped 5.
I'm not a big fan of that. He is getting veteran DOPS as well. Which, like I said, I'm not a big fan of. Although DOPS have been buffed on EP, I think they still lose quite handily to both Skirms and Musketeers. And Mongobillione... Oh, actually, Mongobillione's going Russian Consulate. So maybe going DOPS is gonna end up working out for Flontier.
Yeah, it very well could, because that's all his army pretty much consists of right now is cav. So he might be... Mongobillione might be in a tough position here if
Yeah, and
Flontier decides to push in.
this is just intervention for 6 Cossacks. I'm just not. I don't think that that's was the correct decision. Although we'll see. But once again, he does have basically a pure cav army, and those 10 dops are just gonna wreck it.
Yeah, he probably wasn't expecting a ton of dops to be popping out there.
No.
So.
I assume that he was expecting German to just kind of go standard Ulan skirm or even War Wagon skirm, and China Cav does quite well against really both those compositions.
Yeah, they're pretty lame.
But yeah, those 10 dops, he's really gonna need the RO16 shipment to be able to deal with those dops. And he doesn't yet have. He's about what, a 50 XP away from getting a shipment. And Mongo's just about to see these dops, so he's about to know that he's gonna need something other than cav here.
Yeah, he can't go in here with his army at all.
Mongo was a little bit sloppy and just lost 1 bill. It's not a huge deal. Ooh, and he's engaging with the cav. I really don't like that, because now he's snared by Ulan, and
he's so snared.
There's a dop in there. And yeah, it's just... He called Minutemen too, and they've done nothing, because his army's running away.
Yeah, he was able to get the army, switch the army, so he does have some arcs in there. However, he obviously doesn't have quite enough to hold this here. He
really needs, for his sake, I hope that the RO16 shipment is on the way. Because I'm not sure how well he's going to be able to hold this. And it looks like he is. He's going to raid with his cav, so trying to run some distraction.
It's pretty smart because he can't do much with
with his army. And what I'd like him to do is position his army like here, his cav there, and then any skirms coming in he'll be able to catch, or Ulan coming in he'll be able to catch. And there is a 9 Ulan shipment just came in for German, although he has not upgraded his Ulan. And the fight's happening, and it's just, he just does not have enough skirms. But there's finally the 10 RO16 shipment. But again, I just don't think that he has enough. Because right now, Flontier's got 15 skirms, and Mongo's only got 13 skirms. But we'll see. The Dops kind of didn't really get into combat very quickly. And really, they're all dead now. So, honestly, that fight went just about as well for Mongo as could be expected. He cleaned up all the Dops, pushed back Flontier, and I think we're just seeing that the EP Ulans just kind of ran around, didn't do very much, and it also took a while for the Dops to actually connect on units.
Yeah, it was kind of a messy fight. Flontier had his units positioned, I felt, in a really good way. His stops were protecting kind of the skirm because he knew that there was calves still running around. And so when the arcs popped out from the bottom, the way that his army was positioned, they weren't, the dops were just kind of exposed to getting hit by the arcs. It was really good position felt by Flontier, but not for what happened. He kind of got screwed.
It really just kind of ended up that the Dops ran around and died to the skirms without really doing very much damage.
Yeah.
And honestly, I even though Flontier is ahead in military population, he is behind in economic population. He does not have stagecoach. He does not have vet Ulans. So honestly, this is, you know, obviously he hasn't lost, he's not anywhere near losing the game, but it's not the greatest position you could be in.
Yeah, he does have the gold mine up top and a silver mine kind of near the middle of the map. Other than that though, and you know, Germans need their gold. other than that, he's gonna be out of gold soon.
Yeah, he's got about 4K gold on that mine, so he'll be all right in a minute. And the Dops are just a little bit out of position here. So he did get a free Ulan or two, as well as a free Skirm. And this is not a great fight for Flontier. The Chang Daos were fighting the Cav. Most of the Dops are dead. There's still China Cav alive. And he's gone from being up 20 military population to the military population being even. So I think, honestly, I think this game solidly swung into the favor of Mongo. Not having age 3 Ulans really was quite bad for him. Because yeah, now he finds himself down 10 military pop. And Mongo can pretty easily push into this silver mine where he's got about 15, well no, not 15, about 10 bills gathering.
Yeah, but he's still, it looks like Mongo is still trying to mass his army and do the typical China steamrolling thing that China likes to do. Monastery is going up, so... Yeah,
so we'll see what, so it looks like Hakapet or Stratiots and ninjas. So ninjas in this situation aren't very useful. But Hakapels are decent. Although, honestly, unless he just completely runs out of food, you just assume make China Cav over that. Especially since he sent the, I believe it's called two-faced armor, I think. Double-faced armor, which increases his Cav stats. But just for his Cav, not for the mercenary Cav.
Does look like he's gonna push in now, which I don't think Flontier is quite ready for that. Some bills. Okay,
yeah, because now Flontier really does not have much anti-Cav. He's got about 5 war wagons and not much else. And I think now that Mongo shipped the double-faced armor, he's probably going to be making primarily Cav. So I don't see these 5 war wagons being able to deal with these 8 or so Cav here and the reinforcing batch of 5 Cav.
And all those bills.
Yeah, the bills are all exposed. Although there is 7 Dops coming in, as well as Minutemen and 3 Ulan from the shipment. So this actually is going a lot better for Flontier than it looked like it was going to. Yeah, it looks like Flontier is going to completely clean this up.
Wow, I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, Mongo didn't have very many Chang Daos and lost the ones that he had quite early, and then just kind of got wrecked.
Yeah, that surround was quite good.
Yeah. Now the thing is Mongo is still up 16 vills, and excuse me, eco population. So the only problem is that his hunts are very, very exposed. Because he's hunting here. Although Mongo's got what little army he has right there, which will easily be able to kill the 5 Ulans. But now that Flontier has seen that, it looks like he is clicking his whole army over there. And another batch of Dops out. And
now Mongobillione is also bringing the rest of his army over there to try to secure that area, but wow, Flontier's army looks pretty impressive right now in comparison.
Yeah, and Flontier shipping hand infantry combat, which is not a card you even normally see German have in their deck. But in this situation, it's going to be quite good, because it's going to be, I believe, plus 15% for the Doppelsounder stats.
Oh, it's really scary.
So now Mongo's just... he's losing a few vills, and the bigger issue is that he does not have anywhere to hunt. Basically, he has right now 1 vill gathering food. So how is he going to be able to produce units? Yep. that hunt right there is really all he has left. Because he can't really take this hunt in the middle or this hunt. And I am still not sure. I think he scouted the town center line of sight, just barely scouted that coin treasure, and then the coin treasure line of sight kind of scouted that hunt a little bit. So I think he sees it. Not 100% sure. Also, it's kind of important to note that Mongo is still on the Russian consulate, which makes his Vil strain 15% faster. But really, you want to be on the Brit consulate because it gives you 10% HP to your units, and really that's a better buff than the Vil train time.
Interesting.
But yeah, he did see that hunt. Oh, excuse me. And Mongo's now shipped repelling volley, which should increase the stats of his skirmishers. So now, normally arquebusiers are a little bit worse than regular skirms, but with repelling volley and the territorial army combat, they have very, very similar stats. It looks like there's a little bit of lag there.
Yeah, that was a bit of lag spike. He did make Stradiots.
Yeah, are they with his army? And their Stradiots, they're quite good. You know, they've got basically 600 HP with almost 60 attack. But just against Doppels, there's just not much that can be done.
Yeah,
for any
cav.
cav.
Beefy.
Yep, especially with that card.
They're so intense, yeah. What's that do? 15?
It should, I believe it's 15% attack and HP, so...
Yeah, it is.
But there's the fight, and Flontier really ran his Uhlans in too early and kind of lost most of them. And it looks like Mongo's doing a decent job focusing down the Dops. So they're just about all dead besides the 4 reinforcement batch. And even those are coming in on the wrong side, but Flontier just had more. Although with this reinforcement batch, I think Mongo's looking to be just okay. And he's even got Flontier's, well, he had Flontier's army snared with a meteor hammer.
Yeah, and he held that.
Yeah,
this game has been really just crazy to me.
He held that just fine. Yeah, first of all, Mongo kind of throws away, or Flontier throws away his army, then Mongo throws away his army, and now it's kind of heated up.
Very smart to throw the town center here to try to secure this hunt.
Yeah, and I know I've said it. Well, real quick also, it looks like Flontier is macroing to get a mercenary shipment in. So, I imagine he doesn't have Jaegers. I was gonna say, I imagine he'll send Jaegers, but all he has is Black Riders. Which are good, but versus... I'd really rather have Jaegers in this situation.
Oh boy. That's the last gold mine that he could safely gather from. And
yep, and this one is gone, and now we're seeing a reverse situation of...
And this is gone. There's only 2 now. It's gone.
So there's only 1 mine on the map. And now we're seeing the reverse situation of what was happening a few minutes ago, was that that Flontier has been pushed off the resources. Although here Mongo...
Oh no!
Yeah, and that's if Mongo will stop drag boxing, he'll be able to kill all those Vils. He also just sent Northern Refugees or Southern Refugees, which at this point is like a 10 Vil shipment for him. Because you get a Vil from each Wonder, or from each TC, and from each village.
Yeah, that's extremely good.
And I think this fight is probably gonna determine the outcome of the game, just because the fight's happening on the last gold mine. And I think Mongo, it's hard, honestly it's hard to tell. But I think we're gonna see Mongo end up losing here, just because now he's got no anti-cav, and he's got Uhlans all over his skirms. Although I say that, he is up now by close to 30 villagers.
He is still gonna lose quite a few down here.
Yeah, and it's gonna be hard for him to remask because he has no hunts, he has no mines. So it feels bad, man, for him.
Yeah, he only has 3 gold. It does look like he is chopping though to get on the plantation.
Yeah, because that's what he's gonna have to do, just because he has no res. And really, at this point, honestly, he kind of instead of moving to plantations, he needs to move to the pike bow army. Because I don't really think he has the time to move to plantations. Because right now, he just got up his first plantation. So now he can have a very, very slow income of gold if he wants to. But we'll just see what he decides to do.
Yeah, that would be a good thing. I think that going with that army. Oh, this looks like it could be bad.
Yeah, he's pushing the TC where there are a lot of vills. And really now, Mongo was 30 vills up, and now he's 15 vills up. So Flontier has killed a decent amount of vills, but he's also losing vills here. So Mongo realizes that this is basically the last gold mine on the map, and that Germany without gold is kind of terrible. So just poking there and forcing Flontier to kind of move his army back. And I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse here, but Flontier should have gotten stagecoach, 20 minutes ago. I mean, just imagine this TP is probably like 50 res every 30 or 45 seconds. Imagine having both of them for 20 minutes. That's so many resources.
You're so triggered by the fact that the second one never got built.
And that he didn't get stagecoach. And it looks like he's also has mills and plantations up, which is worse for him than for China, because China's plantations only cost 400 wood. Well, Germany's cost a lot more, almost double. Well, not almost double, exactly double.
Yeah, it looks like Mongobillione started to build the second fortress down here and then forgot about it.
It looks like he's coming down with his bill to do it.
Okay.
And to see, and I'm really, really glad that he's actually going to be getting stagecoach, because that's just, it's like 6 or 7 vills on gold, basically. And considering that he has no gold to mine, it's quite nice for him.
7 hand mortars coming out for Mongobillione.
Yeah, and I think that's just, I have no other cards that I can send. So I'm going to ship hand mortars. Honestly, I think even 300 export or pikemen or the East Indiamen, which you mentioned at the start of the game, would be better. I mean, imagine dropping down 2 docks and starting to get on sea at this point. That would really help him with gold.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty viable. So, yeah, it looks like he's trying to... Ooh, a big wall is going up for Mongobillione. All right.
Yeah, and he is, I believe, either a No Rush 20 or a No Rush 40 player. So I think he's comfortable going into like the mid and late game. Although right on cue, Flontier's pushing.
Yeah. So that wall didn't go up quite quick enough.
Although we'll see, because he's building it starting from this side. And Mongo also with the kind of cheeky 1 Cossack raid that's going to get a Vill.
Yeah, he is going to get a Vill, and he did distract him long for
his whole army back for 1 Cossack.
That's so classic.
Oh,
yeah.
That's unfortunate.
I think he's not really sure what to do here because he knows this is his last mine. He's already on plantations and mills, and I think Flontier's just not not entirely sure what to do at this point.
Yeah, and really what he needs to do is he's got kind of two options here before this gold mine runs out. He either needs to go industrial so that he can get factories, or he needs to end the game. And I think if he doesn't do either of those two things kind of in the next 2 to 4 minutes, Mongo's just going to win because he's going to have 100 vills and stagecoach, while Flontier will have 50 vills and no stagecoach. And that's just not a situation that you really want to be in.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's... Oh, okay, he's going to push in. With all of his army, but I don't think there's enough to fight all of China here.
Yeah, I think this will end up being a pretty good fight for China, assuming that there's not some big miss micro by Mongo. Sorry, the sound was too high. It's those hand mortars.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good for Mongo here. Flontier has way more units to stay alive, to be honest.
But yeah, the thing is though, at this point, is an even fight is a good fight for Mongo because he's got double the eco, so he'll be able to remass faster. But that being said, this really isn't an even fight because Flontier has won it.
Yeah, he did. He won that. How did he win that? What just happened?
Mongo lost a lot of his anti-cav for no reason. And then the EP Ulans just kind of came in and wrecked. Although it's still, you know, you can still see in the score. Mongo's still up 30 score because he has double the eco.
Yeah, he does have 3 town centers as well as the...
Yeah, so really, even if Mongo kind of wipes, or Flontier wipes out this kind of entire area, Mongo, if he buys enough time, will probably be able to stay in this game.
Yeah.
And he shipped pikes, he's got 4 Stratiots just popped, he's got enough for another Cossack batch, and I think that he's bought enough time, he's remassed, and Vill's popping, he's going to clean this fight up, and that's going to be the end of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's really not anything that there's much to do here. It's not like they have to run damage in that line is, there's only 1,200 left in that line.
Yeah.
So.
This, if we don't see the GG from Flontier, like now, we'll see it sometime in the next 3 minutes probably. Because really, he's out of options. He's about to, his only gold income is about to be 1 plantation with no upgrades. Once again, for the 5th time, he has no stagecoach. He's got a ton of vills on, well, had a ton of vills, oh, yep, and there it is, GG. But that was quite an even game, back and forth. Both players had chances to win it, and they both had kind of throws as well, so.
Yeah, that was really good.
But I think the 3 TCs from Mongo just kind of paid off in the long run. So yeah, Mongo mentioning that he probably should have lost at the start when he was going full cav, including Cossacks versus 15 Doppels.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting there. I am going to out of the game. I'm just taking a quick look at the media team stuff. Apparently I'm still too quiet.
Quiet? I've turned you up to...
So, I don't know how that's possible, but apparently I am.
Yeah, I've turned you up to 200%. So
I don't know if I just talk too quietly. I don't know.
I mean, I could turn myself down and then all the volume up, maybe.
So here we go into game 2. And did you update score, by the way?
No, I will do that at the start of the next game, assuming I don't forget, which is
I will remind
pretty
you.
likely at this point.
Okay, I'll remind you.
But yeah, hopefully all the games in this series will be as entertaining as that one.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So I guess Mongo picks first.
Gran Chaco.
And I think Mongo, he plays a pretty wide variety of civs. He can play Russia, he can play Dutch, he can play Brit, he can play German, and a few others that I don't really remember. But we'll
Yes. We're supposed to mention that Flontier actually didn't compete in the main tournament because he was really busy. He apparently works as a underwear model, so he was super busy.
Yeah, so if anybody, we'll have pictures uploaded in a minute for scientific purposes if anybody's interested.
Yeah, they're pretty good. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, we were admiring them earlier.
So that's why he wasn't in the main tournament, but he's here in the second chance, and yeah, he's been a bit inactive recently, but he's pretty good player, as you guys have just seen. And Mongobillione, he's pretty well known in the community, I think.
Yeah, he's actually a chef in real life. So he's posted pictures of the food that he's made before, and if it tastes half as good as it looks, it would taste quite good.
Yeah, it looks pretty great. I think he posted in the cooking thread with Queen.
Yep.
It looked really awesome.
Okay, so it looks like he has picked Brits, which I think is
not
the greatest pick on this map, because sometimes, well, not sometimes, all the times you have to, leave your base relatively early for hunts. Yeah. So I think if Flontier picks Russia, I think we've seen Russia beat Brit several times already in the tournament. I know Kaiser beat Soldier and Raphael beat Sampu, but we'll see. Yeah,
this isn't the best map for Brit, but maybe Mongobillione has some sort of strategy that he's gonna. Yep, and here we go.
So yeah, he is going Russia.
Brit versus Russia.
And I'm also Russia, so.
All right.
Although his home city with Russia is only 102, which leads me to believe that he doesn't have as much experience with Russia as he might have with other civs.
Yeah, could be.
But we'll see. We're just about ready here, I think.
Just a little bit of talking in the chat.
Yeah, I think Mongo might be talking to his friend. I don't know how. Oh, okay. Well, it started, but it looked like Flontier unqueued.
Yeah. Okay.
That was weird. Every once in a while, ESO will bug and somebody will unqueue like that, and then they'll spawn into the game, but they'll still be like on the menu.
Yeah, that's very fun.
But anyway, here we go.
Here we go. This is game 2 of a best of 5. In the first game, we had Mongobillione winning that first game. Hint, hint, update score.
Yep.
And in this game, we have Mongobillione in the color green to the north. He is playing Brit. And to the south of the map, we have Flontier in the color blue, playing Russia. And looks like it's loading in here.
And I think I probably should have pointed out earlier that even though Flontier is only ranked as a first lieutenant, he's really more of a PR30 level player. His account decayed a bit due to inactivity. So it's a much more even matchup than the ranks would appear.
Yeah. Well, he's been busy modeling underwear. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Too busy to do nerd stuff.
Yeah. Exactly.
And anyway, so this was kind of the best crate start for both Brit and Russia, which was you get a wood crate extra and a food crate. So for Russia, it's 600 food, 200 wood, and for Brit, it's 300 food, 200 wood, which is really ideal for both civs. Brit gets to get a TP, a market and a house, and Russia gets to age faster, and then have a 100 wood crate that will go towards getting their blockhouse up faster.
What does Brit do here on this map? I mean, does he just will he have to go forward, build like a forward base to try to secure some hunts?
I think and speaking of that, actually, we should be sure that, I think the hunts look, the hunts look pretty good. He's got 2 hunts that he can get. It's almost exactly identical, actually.
Yeah, I took a look at
his
it.
4th hunt's a little bit further away, but I mean it's not going to be exactly perfect. Well, anyway, what I think in this matchup, Brit has to hit. I think that they need to go like 700 wood, 5 vil, and then ship like 6 musk and hit some sort of timing where they can push out and break Russia's contain before they run out of hunts. Because otherwise, they're just going to get heavily outmassed because they're not going to have resources to gather.
Yeah. And Flontier, I mean, is he gonna send a oh, okay.
Mongo is sending a vil. Mongo's sending a vil to Herd. Because he realizes that if he can't corral this hunt and this hunt, which he has not scouted that second hunt yet, that he's gonna be in a lot of trouble.
He hasn't scouted that? Was that
Nope,
Flontier?
that was Flontier who has scouted it.
Right.
And Mongo getting ready to click up. He'll be clicking up about 240, which is standard, normal time that you want to be clicking up. And Flontier will be following him up to in about 10 or 15 seconds. Although Flontier, I think, has had a little bit of a miss macro because really he's going to be aging up about 5 seconds or 10 seconds late, which is not a huge deal. But especially in this matchup, you kind of do want to be able to pressure Brit as early as possible. So aging up 10 seconds late, that's just 10 more seconds that Mongo will have of free gathering before the 5 Cossacks come in. Mongo talking about the fact that really neither of them, Mongo's gotten a 100 food treasure, and besides that, neither of them have really gathered very many treasures. Although, just as I say that, Flontier picks up a pretty large coin treasure.
Yeah, 120.
Yeah.
Coin. Oh, pretty good. Did you see Flontier's deck? He's got the 5-4-13 as well as Boyar's.
Yeah.
And then he has a bunch of resource crates in there.
That's a pretty, I think that's just about, the only exception is maybe in H2 you might take out 600 food and put the church card. It just depends on the player. I mean, I think Flontier's probably seen the way Kaiser played this against Soldier because he's doing the exact same thing. He made a market in transition, and he's making his blockhouse late. And it's really not as forward as you may want it. It definitely secures this hunt for him, but it's going to be a long ways to get reinforcements.
Yeah, it is pretty far away. Stable going down for Mongo.
Yeah, and a lot of players like to play with stable start with British, because you can 1 or 5 Huss will kill 5 Russian muskets without losing a single Huss if you micro properly.
Yeah, muskets are pretty flimsy.
Although normally if you start stable, you go 5 Vils first, because if you don't go 5 Vils first, you really struggle to get out a full batch of Hussars, and we'll probably only see 3, maybe 4 Hussars out.
Looks like he has 3 and 2 at the moment. Flontier does have his musk, getting ready to push him there.
Yep, and it is. He only does get 3 out. Although he is...
Oh. His Cossacks were shipped to the town center.
Yeah. They
killed
killed the Explorer and net himself 40 food in the process. And really pushing in with those Cossacks versus these 3 Huss, TC Fire, and the Outpost Fire.
Not gonna do much.
Yeah, so it may have kind of benefited him. And Mongobillione's about to have units pop, I think, from both the stable and the, yep, and there's the 5 settlers shipment. But he's about to have units pop from both the stable and the rack, so I think he's not too worried about these 10 units.
Yeah, sieging down a manor house, but yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh no, still sieging the manor house. 700 wood coming out for Flontier.
And yeah, Flontier's basically doing the exact. Oh, and Mongo's. I think he's macroing not quite properly, because he only has gotten out 3 Huss and 2 muskets. And really, without being idled, he should be able to do a little bit better than that. Although Flontier's just kind of, I won't say wasting his time sieging down this manor house, but is really not doing very much damage with it.
Well, he almost has him housed.
Yep. And
So,
Flontier is adding a stable in at home. So
also making a second blockhouse to further secure the center.
yeah, I'm just not sure. I feel like you let Brit just play however they want for the first 10 minutes of the game. He might be able to hit a timing that'll just completely obliterate Russians' FB, forward base. Although Mongo, really, the batches he's been getting out have been kind of abysmal. He just got out a 2 Huss batch. His first batch of muskets was only 2, although he did just get out a full batch of muskets. So like I said, I wouldn't have minded seeing him ship like 6 muskets here and then trying to just push. But 600 wood is fine too. He's not really being pressured, so it's probably better, honestly. And I feel like...
He's actually housed right now.
I feel like Mongo should be trying to fight this, because you look at the military unit populations, and he's got more units, and his units are better. So I'm not sure why he's so hesitant to engage.
Yeah, I guess maybe he thought that Flontier may have had some more reinforcements on the way, coming from the other side or something, so... Sides to the back here.
And I'd really... Oh, and there's Minutemen. Really, he should have waited until his units engaged before he popped Minutemen. Because now that's just kind of... I mean, the Minutemen aren't useless, but if Flontier does a decent job microwing, they'll just get one shot by musketeers.
Yeah.
And this is, now Flontier is starting to mix stretlets. And this is the point here in about in a few minutes where Russia can kind of get out a very crazy mass. And Mongo's going to have to move either here, or here. to start hunting. Although I guess he's still, I didn't realize he still has a full hunt there. So I think he'll be okay for the time being.
Apparently there is still a really big volume mismatch after you've turned me up 3 different times, so I just keep getting pinged that there's big mismatch. Ooh,
After the game, yeah, a big raid there. After the game, I'll try to do something.
I'll try to talk louder.
Well, you're not feeling well, don't worry about it. This fight's going on, and I think this is gonna go really well for Mongo, honestly.
I don't know, he's cleaning up things. He's cleaning up.
Yeah, it just depends how many Hus are still alive when these Strelets come in.
Yeah.
Or when the reinforcing batch of Hussars is gonna come. Because now that all the Hus are dead, yeah, that's some good micro from Flontier. Now that all the Hus are dead, these Strelets are gonna kind of feast. And Mongo really, he should not, I'm not sure what he's doing. He should not be fighting here. Because he's continued to fight this, it's really kind of game over now.
Yeah, he just so much there.
Because he's got no Musk, and yeah, I mean, the game was over because Flontier could just push onto these hunts this hunt and this mine here, and Mongo's got nothing to stop it. And that's, like I said, I feel like the only way Brit can really win this is by either sneaking in the age up or hitting some timing at like 7 or 8 or 9 minutes. And he didn't really do either, so... Okay, let's see about this sound.
Sound issue thing.
Let me lower my microphone and turn up the volume all the way. Do I sound quieter to you now?
You don't sound quieter to me
I don't.
at all.
How about now?
Nope.
Nope. Weird.
Not at all.
So I turned my microphone down to 50%.
Alright. I think you can also turn me up, or yeah, I don't know what it in Discord if you do the right click.
Yeah, I did. That's the first thing that I did, was I turned you all the way up to 200%.
Alright. It's all kind of weird.
Let me see if there's anything in OBS. Oh, actually, I know what to do.
I'm glad you know. So.
Okay, hopefully that'll be a little better. I turned an actual OBS, turned my mic down, and the desktop volume up.
Ah, nice. Another interesting thing about Mongobillione, apparently he doesn't use control groups.
Nope, he's one of the few remaining good players, including myself, Azamp, Sampu, who do not use control groups.
Which is interesting.
Yeah,
I thought everybody did.
You can especially in the China game, you could kind of tell that he was drag boxing around his whole army. But anyway, it looks like the players are ready. It looks like it's going to be French versus Port.
Yep, France versus Port on Hudson Bay. So maybe we will see a little bit of fishing here.
Yep.
I would like to see.
Yep, I imagine we will. Also, we want to keep an eye out on this map. Sometimes the top portion will not spawn a mine or a hunt.
All right.
So we might have to re-it a few times. We'll just we'll just have to see.
We'll see what happens. I'm sure chat will forgive us.
Yeah.
So, not a problem.
So yeah, I guess Flontier's probably being sure that he has a deck that he can, you know, have a frigate, some caravels in, and contest water a little better.
Yeah,
because you don't want to go into this having 0 water cards.
I'm just taking a quick look at his. Oh nope, I'm not taking a quick look at his deck.
Game
is launching.
We'll see it. We'll see it in game.
We'll see. Yeah. All right, so this is game 3 of a best of 5 between Flontier and Mongobillione. We are playing on Hudson Bay. Mongobillione is in the color red. In the west of the map, to the east, we have Flontier. He is in the color blue, playing France. And the previous game, we had Flontier win versus Mongobillione. And the game before that, Mongobillione won versus Flontier. So we are currently at 1-1. Hint, hint, update score.
Yeah, I remember actually.
What did you? Yep. Okay.
And one thing to note is that it is a wood star. Both these civilizations like to take TPs. So I would not be surprised to see both of them taking a TP.
I'm just checking the hunts here, and it seems fine to me.
Yep, they both have 3 mines. They both have a starting hunt and then 2 additional hunts. And, you know, outside of that, it doesn't really matter if their 4th and 5th hunt is slightly further away than the other players.
Right, exactly.
We want things to be even, but not, like, perfectly symmetrical.
Flontier's throwing down his trading post straight away.
Yeah, and it's weird.
Looks like...
Because Mongo went and gathered, he's chopped 6 wood. And I'm not really sure why, unless it was just kind of on accident. I'm not really sure what 6 wood is. And he's giving me 60 wood treasure, so I would like to see him, okay, and he's going to chop 34 more wood, and that will allow him to take a TP.
Yeah, that'll be good for him. Unless, of course,
Flontier scouted it, and his explorer is on the way, it looks like. Ooh. And here's the thing, is that now, even if Mongo gets this treasure, his explorer is going to die before he'll be able to get a TP, and it was close. But yeah.
Oh, man.
So that kind of...
That's tough luck.
That kind of ruins Mongo's play.
Yeah, it does.
Since he's lost so much HP.
And he also has those bills chopping, so...
Yeah, although he's pulled them all. He's pulled them all to food now.
Yeah.
And it looks
like... that would piss me off so bad.
Yeah. Flontier does have a frigate and 2 caravels, so he's not gonna be able to like fully like fight on the sea the entire game, but he will be able to contest it.
Yeah, I'm just now looking at the deck, and Mongobillione has ATP, Colonial Militia, as well as Rendering Plant. So his deck says to me, I'm gonna stay in base and just kind of boom back here.
The one noticeable thing that he does not have is a frigate. And In Age 3, if Flontier ships his frigate, Mongo not having a frigate in deck could end up biting him in the butt. But we'll see. And yeah, he did ship schooners, which just confirms that he is going to be going water. And Mongo's also giving us 150 food treasure, which is quite a nice treasure.
Yeah, that's going to be helpful.
It's close to 2 free bills for port, so we'll see. I probably what we're gonna see is Flontier is similar to the first game. He's probably gonna try to end up in Fortress and then try to push in and contest. Just try to push into his base, because like I said, he can't really with his deck like completely fight the sea. All he can really do is just contest it a little bit. And as if schooners was not enough to confirm it, we are seeing Mongo put down a dock. So that really just makes it 1,000% sure that he is going to be going water.
Yeah, I really like how Flontier did a trading post down here as well as the one that was closer to his own base. It's kind of clever to me to do that, because that way his opponent won't get that, and then he's kind of saving the one closer to his base.
And it'll allow him to get like a 3 TP stagecoach. And something that I just noticed too, Flontier had his scout next to the TP that Mongo can take, and he just kind of chased him away from the TP. So that kind of, Mongo had no chance of getting the TP. And Flontier is probably going to take the 3rd TP, and please, I hope he actually goes stagecoach.
A second dock is going up for Mongo, so it looks like he's definitely going to do some water booming here. Flontier does scout it with his scout, though. So I'm always really impressed by individuals' ability to really utilize the scouts that they have and pay attention to everything that the opponent is doing. It's always very impressive to me.
And I just have to mute myself for about 15 seconds here.
Alright.
Do something real quick. Give me just a second.
Okay. So Mongo is finally able to build a trading post. But Flontier does still have the 2, and he might go for that 3rd one, though his explorer is walking a bit further away from it. And he does have a barracks going up in the middle of the map. So that's going to be kind of taking map control there. Ooh, Mongobillione's explorer looks like he's going to die here to the scout. I don't know if he's 52 HP, he might get away.
Although I forgot the native snout can't snare, but Flontier's explorer is in hot pursuit. Oh,
he's going in the fishing boat.
A lot of people don't know this, but you can actually put up to 10 units in a fishing boat.
Oh my god. Coward. Oh, that was so
that
funny.
was quite a nice play by Mongo to be able to save that. And yeah, Flontier does have stagecoach, so I'm quite happy about that. He's going to
I'm sure you are.
He's going to take the last TP.
Hopefully.
As well as sieging down Mongo's TP.
I kind of hope he doesn't, just so that it frustrates you all game.
Yeah. Yeah. He does. His explorer's there, but he doesn't have the wood for it quite yet. Although with the 700 wood shipment coming in, he'll be able to get it pretty easily. And Mongo looks like he's gearing up to age here, as does Flontier. Both of them shipping coin, both of them having food stacked. So yeah, we should see an age up coming in at about the same time for both players.
I've just got a ping that the game sound is really, really high for some reason.
Game sound. Oh yeah, that's because
you tabbed out.
No, it's because I turned I turned the entire thing up to get your volume
Oh,
up,
right.
and then forgot to adjust the game sound.
Whoops. So Flontier did siege down that trading post. He's going in. Probably going to pick off a couple
Yep, he got one
bills
bill.
here.
Almost got a second bill.
Very close.
And Mongo is aging, Flontier is also aging. So that's quite nice for both of them. And it is on this map, you never, like, depending on the exact spawn of the TCs, sometimes you can get this TP, and sometimes it's too close to your opponent's TC to be able to get.
Ah, interesting.
And so that's really, really big that he can take that. Also, Flontier doing the smart thing, and as soon as he sees the age up, he's going in to try to get the TC wagon, but Mongo was smart and was able to move it up to the top.
Yeah, that's a good spot for it. For sure. Yeah, I do like that he's going to go ahead and take all 4 trading posts. I wonder if anybody will take the Huron trading post. I would like to see Mongo do that for the fish.
Because
for the fishing.
I believe I get it all the time when I go in water.
That's
I believe
insane.
a 20% upgrade. Now you do pay a lot for it. It's the tech only is 75 wood, 75 gold, but you pay 200 wood for the TP
Right.
too. So,
It's still really good, especially if you're
20%.
eco. Yeah, it's on water, so it'd be a good thing for him to get for sure.
And Mongo going 1,000 wood. So that's kind of a boomy eco-y.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and there's the frigate.
Got the frigate.
And that's the thing is Mongo has no frigate, so I don't know how he really now he has to make a frigate for himself, which he doesn't have the res for.
It looks like he's gonna go
Canoes.
with the canoes by taking that trading post.
And Flontier, nice. He also has built himself a dock, so he's probably not really intending to make anything from the dock. But
That doesn't look great.
Yeah, Mongo losing, I believe, 2 bills. But Flontier can heal his frigate from the dock, so. And Mongo trying to go in for a little raid, but
getting chased away by the scout.
Yeah.
That is one brave scout.
Yeah. Who can win, 1 scout or 3 men on horses?
Yeah.
Looks like you're the scout. And Flontier also adding in an artillery foundry, so we're probably going to see him ship falcons.
Yeah, I just
falcons. And Mongo's making canoes. But this frigate is so good. You need like 10 or like so canoes to be able to take it down. But he's got out 6 canoes now, which is enough to, it looks like, push the frigate back. And it looks like Mongo's also making not only canoes from that, but also the Cree CDB.
Yeah, this frigate might go down, actually.
Yeah, it looks like it will. But meanwhile on land, Flontier has made 2 cannons.
And he's gonna go in for
and
the
it looks
pushy.
like he's gonna be pushing in. Well, yeah. Although the frigate's down, he'll take the dock down. And now he's basically secured water. But Mongo does have a large goon mass. We're probably gonna see him try to snipe.
1 cannon will go down for sure.
The smart thing, and I don't know if Flontier did it on purpose, but since he made 2 falcons, Mongo probably thinks this is the 2 falcon shipment. And he's probably not going to be expecting any more falcons after this. So
for a second there, petards were in queue for Flontier. So I'm not sure what he was thinking with that.
Yeah, he's probably thinking, I'll make some petards, try to take the TCs down, but petards cost 150 res, and chances are they are not even going to end up connecting with the TP, or, TC. But Flontier does, he's got his 2 falcon shipment, he's got a big mass of goons, he's got some skirms. The only problem is that if Mongo stops sleeping, he would have been able to kill both those falcons.
Yeah, then he just ran
but
past.
He did not notice it, unfortunately. And now he's losing a lot of goons. He did kill one falc, but you know, he's killed 2 falcs, and there are 2 more to take their place. So it's just Mongo is way ahead in eco. He has 30 more bills, although Flontier does have the TPs, so that kind of makes up for about half that deficit. But he's just 60 to 20 in eco for military. But there is colonial militia. And there's a big batch of Minutemen coming.
Oh shit! Yep, there's a lot of those guys popping out there. It looks like that the Falconets may end up going down here.
The thing is even if they do go down, Mongobillione just lost 15 goons to kill 2 falcons, which is not a good trade. That's
it's definitely not great.
15 goons is a lot more resources than 2 falcons.
And yep, 5 cards are coming out now for Flontier.
Ooh, so he can have 1 or 2, 3 petards at the other TC. I believe will kill it. Maybe it's 4. No, I think it's 4 petards.
Yeah, I think it's 4 too.
No, actually, it's 4 brings it down to 100 HP. So actually, 5,
oh really? Do you need 5?
Yep, because it's 1600 res.
Ah, because it's a colonial militia.
Well, it's the petard does 1600, and so 4 petards is 6400. So that's 100 HP lower. But it looks like he's just going after houses, which is not good because a petard costs 150 res and a house only costs 100 res. But anyway, it's still not looking great for Mongobillione because he's skipped organs, and the organs are now died to goons without connecting with infantry, which is really what you want. What you want with organs is to be able to fight infantry.
Yeah, Mongo does not look like he is in the best position right here. He's got
pops.
Yeah, he's got so many resources.
He's got CM popping here, and if he had still had a market and could market trade and have militia pop on the other TC, he might have been able to catch the goons. But yeah, it looks like with the CM, he's gonna be pushing Flontier back. Flontier also added another TC, probably with wood from the TPs, which is quite nice.
Yeah, he did lose only 7 vills, which is interesting. In the middle of all that, only 7 vills were lost. So it's a bit surprising to me. I just felt like I felt like he was losing more than he really was. So he did a really good job pulling his vills back. Looks like they're all on wood. He's probably chopping to try to get some farms put up there because the fish is running out, and he's going to have to go to just coin on the water now.
And that's kind of bad for him because there are 3 whales, so which means that he can have 12 vills of eco on the water in about 5 minutes in those 3 whales. And then after that, all that he's invested into the water is kind of useless. But he still is 81 vills versus 40 vills, although probably a third of his vills are on water. So
Arsenal is going down in the back for Mongo.
Yeah, and that's probably going to be to get the Dragoon upgrade.
More Falcons coming out there. I completely missed that.
2 more Falcons, and he's probably just going to try to slow push Mongo's base now.
Yeah.
And honestly,
here they come.
I just feel like Flontier is doing a good job, and 2 more Falcons coming. Flontier is doing a good job of booming. The fish is about to run out. Actually, there's 4 whales on the sea. I didn't see the 3rd one for some reason.
Yeah, there's 4 whales, and there's 1 more fish that has 130 food on it. 137.
Flontier's not had the best micro in this fight. He's lost all of his falcons except one, but he's cleaned everything up. And so now Flontier can just kind of go for the good old right click, and Mongo's not going to have much to do.
Look at how adventurous that is.
Yeah, those are
so adventurous.
Those are some brave bills right there.
Yeah,
I guess he feels like he can always bring his canoes over and save them if they get pushed.
Yeah, that's true.
But
he's bringing multiple vills over there because he's just completely ran out of resources. I mean, he doesn't even have.
He's got
pretty
wood
much out of hooks. Yeah. Yeah.
But really, and Mongo did get in the repair for his town center, and I'm not sure why Flontier didn't. The TC was down to about 3,000 HP. I'm not sure why Flontier didn't receive the TP down. Although at this point, I think it's just going to be hard for Mongo to compete. His goons are a little bit better because he has the goon card and the arsenal upgrade. But it's 10 goons versus like 50 goons or 30 goons, so it just, you know, that 10% doesn't really make that big of a difference in those numbers.
Losing so many vills just there that were gathering right next to the stable.
Yep. And that
he's been pushed back pretty far here.
Yep, the Falcons did get the town center down to 900 HP, so Flontier's just going to finish it off, and with that, there's going to be at least 10 more vills that are going to die, 11 vills that are going to die, and I'm not sure. Oh, the fort.
A fort!
Now, here's the thing, is I'm not sure where, if he has room to put it up without Flontier seeing it. Really, it's got to go like, oh, he's building it here. I don't like that because I feel like Flontier's gonna scout it, and the fort takes a long time, like 20 seconds, 30 seconds to go up. So if Flontier scouts it, as soon as this stagecoach passes by the fort, he will have scouted it. He can just go and right click it before it even gets up. Oh, and some lag.
Oh, there was like a little freeze.
Some lag going on there. I still have 0 drop frames. I wonder, and yeah, Flontier is seeing the fort now. I wonder if Flontier was saying his computer was overheating, so I wonder if it's struggling to...
With everything that's happening right here, yeah.
And now, Mongo really needs this fort to go up, and he's just got so many goons, though.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to. If it does,
I think it'll go up, but it's only going to have about 2,000 HP, or maybe not even that. That's why he really needed it to go further back.
Yeah, I think he was trying to help secure.
500, and it's up, but 400 HP.
Oh. Yeah, it's gonna go down just as quickly as it, actually quicker than it went up.
I didn't even see it shoot once. But here's the thing though, is while Flontier was busy sieging that down, Mongobillione's goons were destroying his goons. So now if you look at the military population, Mongo has now left ahead. Because Flontier basically traded like 20 goons for that fort.
He is going to... He has picked off a couple of Flontier's bills here.
Yep.
And so that's also good. But Flontier brought in some more goons. Ah, some more petards coming.
Yep. And Minutemen coming out. And now Flontier has kind of leapt ahead in the goon. He has 23 goons to 16 goons.
This is hilarious. They're walking right by the bills.
Yeah, and so he scouted the vills with it.
Yeah, so those vills are gonna perish.
And he's just, once again, he's way up in the goon count. And Mongobillione shipping refrigeration for, like, basically no bills on food.
And here go the houses.
And, why did... Oh, I thought he did one on those now. I was about to be like, why did he use the arsenal? But he did not. And I think, honestly, I would not be surprised to see Mongobillione throw in the towel here in a few minutes, because he's out of food on the sea. Because that fort didn't go up, he's nowhere to fight on land. And he's got
he's lost so much.
His goons are like 5% better, but he just does not have very many. And he's about to basically be constricted to like this top area of the map. Because yeah, 51 military pop versus 23.
Yeah, it's definitely not looking good for him here.
And now Flontier is finally making more skirms. The direct counter to goons. Flontier is up at about 100 score. So I think, yep, there's the GG.
Yeah, there's the GG.
And yeah, I think Mongo kind of missed the window where his sea eco could pay off. Flontier just did a good job pressuring him, never really allowing him to stabilize in age 3 with that great eco of his.
I am going to mute my mic for a quick second and blow my nose. So.
Yeah, I actually too. I have to make a very, well, I say very quick. It's probably gonna be like a 3 to 4 minute phone call for work.
All right.
So I'll be in the game and stuff, and I should be done before they even queue up. But I'll just be muted for a second.
Yeah. All right, sorry about that, everybody. I seem to have developed some sort of cold thing for some weird reason. So, yeah, that is what's happening here. Currently drinking some tea. And actually, if Zoe is in the chat, I don't know if he's in the chat, but I'm drinking it out of the kettle that you got me. Hello, Zoe. It's a beautiful kettle. It's black with white flowers all over it. And well, actually, it's not all over it. It's just kind of on the sides of it. It's really pretty. All right, so it looks like Mongobillione is going to go port. Yeah.
Okay, I do apologize for that, but I'm back now, so...
Hello, back.
Nice to meet you. Name change in the middle.
Ha ha, dad jokes.
Yeah, my dad I'd always be like, Dad, I'm thirsty, and he'd be like, hi, thirsty, my name's Dad. And I'd be like, ha ha, hilarious, Dad, now give me water.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so I think is there a Civ reset?
After game 3, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because it's a best of 5. That's why I thought it was funny.
Yeah. So I guess they can now play whatever civs they want to.
I just thought it was funny because they're like, there's not game 5, civ reset at game 5 or
Yeah.
something like that.
It's
So I
like
thought it was funny.
in a BO9 maybe, but no, just BO5.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we'll see Mongo maybe taking. I think he likes to play auto. So I wonder if we'll see him taking auto on this map.
Oh, I would love to see that. I would really, really, really like to see Silk Road.
Yeah, I know GS likes Silk Road quite a bit. So uh, it'd be interesting. I don't think very many players actually use it. I think a lot of players just go like advanced trading post and that's about it.
I would also like to see Sue, just because I feel like they aren't played enough. And I really liked how Eagle played him that one game. That was so
Yeah.
amazing. So I'd like to see that.
Oh, so has he already locked in? Oh, Mongo's already locked in for port. I completely missed that while I was on my phone call.
Oh yeah, he locked in earlier for the Civ reset thing.
Yeah.
Ah, we're all ready to go.
And
All right.
really, I don't know about picking German to counter port on this map.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either.
Because I feel like you kind of want to go a civ that has ATP as well. I think,
Like auto
yeah,
would be good.
I think Auto, Spain, Russia would
Oh
all
yeah, Spain would be good as well.
be better picks. So
So,
Flontier won the last game, so
yep, it is currently 2-1.
2-1.
And in this matchup, we are on High Plains. We have Mongobillione to the south of the map, playing port in the color green. Flontier is to the north. He is playing Germany in the color blue. And this is a best of 5.
Yeah, so this is match point for Flontier. So we'll see if Mongo can even up the series or if Flontier is going to take it 3-0 or 3-1. I think that'd be a little bit of an upset if he won 3-1.
How do you feel about these hunts? They're a little bit further from Mongobillione, but I feel like the hunt situation seems to be pretty favored. Well, actually, those
They
are
they
those
do
are
they both have so you've
ones.
got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's true.
However, Mongo's is a little bit further away. Like they say that you want to be able to see the hunt and the TC on
Yeah.
the same screen, and for Mongo's bottom one, like you can just barely see it.
I'm gonna pause the game. I can ask them if they want to restart.
Honestly, I think that it's okay.
Okay. I feel like it's also okay. It could be better for Mongo, but I don't feel like
Yeah,
it's worthy of a restart.
it's definitely favoring. It's not as good for Mongo, I think, but like you said, his hunt is there, and it could very easily walk towards his TC.
Right.
So I also don't think that it's worth a restart. Anyway, we are seeing Mongo take this. It's only 130 food treasure now. It's still
It's
quite
the-
good. Although on the other hand, Flontier getting a Vil treasure, which is honestly better. Because that Vil over the course of the game is going to gather more than 130 food. And I believe Mongo's shipping ATP right now, because he is shipping a shipment, and if you look at his deck, that's
Oh wow.
he's got kind of I like to call
Even
this this is like the Master Chief deck with advanced buildings.
Yeah.
With heavy fortifications. No fort this time, but
What a crazy, awesome deck this is. Yep, there's the
yeah,
ATP
there's
coming
ATP.
in.
So we'll probably see him getting at least 3 TPs. And Flontier will still be able to get a TP. But depending on how late he ages and if Flontier might decide to go for a second TP when he sees that Mongo has ATP, but I mean we'll just kind of have to see. I bet Mongo's gonna end up with 4 TPs. So yeah, he's going to the top to take the TP, and Flontier's got most of his vills to wood too, so he's probably gonna try to take his TP right here. And I'd also like to see Mongo sending a vill. Okay, nice, he is. He's sending a vill to TP as well. Because they only cost 120 wood, and your explorer builds them too slowly. So you end up floating a lot of wood. Although he is...
Where's he sending
He's
it?
going to this TP. So he's going to be in for a slightly unpleasant surprise.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy about
it's being built. Because yeah, he's laid the foundation for it. Although that should confirm to Flontier when he sees that vill that Mongo is going ATP. So I would like to see him try to take this TP as well.
Doesn't look like he's going to.
No,
he's actually walking away from it.
And he pulled all of his vills off of wood. So he's just going to be content with the 1 TP, which is okay. But I do think if you can snag a second TP, that is a little bit better. And Mongo actually placing his second TC in a pretty defensive position. Excuse me. So he's definitely, I mean, we could kind of tell by his deck that his agenda is going to be going to age 3, potentially even age 4.
Yeah, definitely very defensive here.
Flontier going a stable, which I'm not a big fan of. I'd much rather see him go barracks and either make pike or doppels to contest the TPs.
Yes, now would be a good time for those dops as well.
The dops from game 1 to make a reappearance. Take back the TP.
Oh, that was smart. He started the trading post, but didn't finish it with the vill, and now he's finishing it with the explorer.
Yeah, vills take so long to build TPs. And it looks like Mongo is making a rack, so we're probably going to see either 5 musk or 5 pike to both defend from raids and try to contest the 1 TP that Flontier does have. Would be my guess.
2 Ulans coming in, trying to do some sort of raiding, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to get anything done here.
Nope. And Mongo shipping 100 or 1,000 or 700 food, which I'm not a big fan of. I'm not sure why he would need 700 food in this position.
Some pikes are coming out for him.
Yeah, he is going to lose that 1 vill that was hurting, though.
Not even able to get the Ulans out of the way.
No, and there are Flontiers checking this hunt up here. Now coming back into base.
Yeah, Mongo did a great job hurting the bison under his TCs, so...
Yeah, the only problem is that he hasn't really hurted any of these other hunts. And they were, like we said at the start, a little bit further away than one would like. Which may come ending up biting him in the butt just because he's not going to have food. Although he can always set his TPs to food because he does have Stagecoach now.
Yeah.
And Flontier is clicking up. He did go 3 settler wagon 700 gold instead of 3 settler wagon 700 wood, which means that he might run into a little bit of a housing problem. Like we can see right now that he is housed and he's got no wood to build a barracks. So I kind of hope that he will send 1,000 wood first to kind of alleviate his wood shortages. And he's being active with his cav, although Mongo's doing a good job with the pikes. Mongo also just queuing the age up, so he'll be up 40 seconds later.
Yeah, it does have the mams in his deck, which is always exciting when they pop out, because everybody always expects them. They just don't know when to expect them. So I always get kind of hyped when those pop out there. But these Uhlans are going to try to take down this trading post, but I don't see that happening here.
These fightmen are here. And I do believe, looking at Flontier's pop, that he is sending 1,000 wood. So we should see that. Yep, there it is now, 1,000 wood. It's going to be interesting. There's kind of two ways that he can play this now. He can either go right to Portuguese's base with when he gets an army out, or he can try to take the TP line. And taking the TP line is definitely the safer way to go. But if you don't actually get it down and Port ends up keeping it, then he'll basically just end up being outmassed.
Yeah, you are in trouble. Port is still, the score differences really aren't that big here. Port is safely gathering still and built his town center next to some decent hunts, so he's pretty safe there.
And Flontier going with his 2 barracks again. So we'll see if DOPS are going to be coming to play this game again, or if he's just going to be going kind of your traditional skirm.
Yeah, it does look like the skirm, since he does have those in queue right now.
Yep, 3 skirms in queue. And it looks like Mongo, even though he does have some H4 shipments, it looks like he's planning on playing it out in H3, because he's shipping Cassadors, training Cassadors. And it's quite hard to play this, because if you look at the stats of Cassadors versus the stats of Skirmishers, Skirmishers have 1 more attack and about 40 more HP, and all Cassadors have is a higher, well, they do have a higher range resist, so they do okay versus skirms, but when you see these Uhlans connecting with them, the Cassadors are just gonna kind of melt a little bit.
Yeah, I never realized that there was that big of a difference between the Cassador and the skirms.
Yeah. Now they do have, like I said, that 50% range resist, as well as a little bit more speed. So in skirm to skirm, they don't do too terrible, but versus cannons who do siege damage and anything that doesn't do range damage, they just die.
Yeah, they're pretty thin units.
And it looks like
looks like Flontier's pushing in here.
He's gonna ignore the other TPs and try to push in a little bit. And there's 2 organ guns out, which, like I said, well, never mind. Just ignore what I just said. But yeah, now we can see the infamous drag box for Mongo. He's got all his units drag boxed, although he is he's pushing his
no.
And that's
what happened?
The Uhlans could have connected on them.
Yeah, they could have.
Although Flontier kind of pulled back. And what could have been disaster for Mongo has actually turned out to be a decent-ish fight. Although I still think the organ guns aren't on the skirmishers. And they just don't do very much versus anything but skirmishers. And yeah, Mongo just didn't have enough anti-cav. He's just gonna kind of clean this up.
Yeah.
So I wonder Mongo how he's gonna recover from this. Because right now, if I'm Flontier, now that he's won that fight, I trained 5 DOPs, take down the rest of the TPs while pushing a little bit.
Well, he does have some more war wagons in queue. No DOPs. He did make some more skirms. And it looks like he's just kind of pulling back a bit and maybe gonna build this trading post.
Yep, and if he's pulling back, it looks like he's going towards this TP. So it looks like he's aiming
for the
to
TP line.
take the TPs. And Mongo does have an artillery foundry, which I'm not a big fan of because he can't train falconets. All he can train is organ guns, which are not the best artillery.
He is actually training them right now, so.
Yeah, and he shipped gold. And because if you look at his unit composition, his anti-cav is 1 dragoon. So,
yeah,
really, anti-infantry is not what he needs. Yeah, he just had 5.
There's some more.
Yeah, he just had 5 more goons pop.
Yeah, he's working on it. He's got some more in queue, and he also has the beefy pike dudes in queue as well.
Halberdiers.
Yeah, the beefy pike dudes.
Yeah, if he's going normally, I wouldn't want to see halberdiers because they're not the greatest. But if he's training organ guns, then halberdiers are okay because they kind of synergize well. With the organ guns, they can block cav. They do a good job killing cav. They do like 50 damage against cav. So.
It looks like he's gonna go in with his organs. Where are the rest of his troops?
The organs will get a volley off on the skirms. And yeah, the organs just killed,
that's so great.
A lot of skirms right there.
Yeah, that's very satisfying to watch.
Yep. And Mongo is up to 50 bills now, so he's
yeah, he is inching up in score.
He's booming decently. He's down in TPs now, although he's only down 1 TP, so that's not ideal, but it's not really game losing either. Really what it's going to come down to, I think, in the fight is if he can protect the organ guns, and with so many war wagons from Flontier, I think he's really going to struggle to do that, because the war wagons can just kind of run up, and organ guns only have 150 HP, so they can just kind of run up and kind of snipe them.
And here comes Flontier. Seems like this is his go time. He wants to push in here.
And another organ gun now.
Yeah, did he
trained
make
it.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Trying to take down this trading post. Easy.
And here's Jaegers from Flontier. So those are very, very, very good skirmishers. They beat Cazadores even more than regular skirms do. But they're not really the answer to organ guns. Although, like I said, the war wagons, he's got enough war wagons now that he can just kind of one-shot the organ guns. Because even though organ guns do have 75% range resist, which basically means versus ranged units they'll have about 600 HP, he can just snipe them now.
Yeah, like he's doing right now.
Yeah, in just a second, they'll all be dead. Yep,
really
they're all
great
dead.
there.
They just got obliterated by the combination of the Jaegers and the war wagons. And unfortunately, I think this game is coming to a close because he's got a lot of bills down there, and I have a hard time seeing Mongo ever being able to kill this skirm mass.
Yeah, as well as with all those war wagons.
Yep. So that the war wagons basically mean any organ guns are going to be useless. He's not anywhere near being able to go to H4. So Mongo is finding himself here. He did manage to save all these vills, but if you look, he's got 0 vills on food right now. And Cazadores do cost 85 food. So it's a tough situation for him. Oh, there is 4 more organ guns coming out. and they just
Oh, nice.
they just killed like probably HP wise 30% of that skirm mass.
Oh, that's sick. I completely missed that because I was checking out the hunting situation.
But the thing is that there's 21 war wagons here.
It's sick. Oh, are there? Oh God, yeah. 21 war wagons versus the
They're just
four organs.
he doesn't have enough skirms to even like really punish Flontier for if Flontier tries to snipe the war wagons. Although Flontier's his skirm mass is
Dwindling quite quickly.
He's not done a good job keeping his skirms alive. So his skirm mass is very, very small. But like I said, I expect that Cav combat is on the way for Flontier, and when that comes in, there's just these war wagons are just going to be so powerful. I really hope he's shipping Cav combat and not something else. Because 15% on his 20 war wagons, it's basically like 3 war wagons again. But it also improves his 9 Ulans.
Yeah, it's a good card.
And any Cav he makes in the future.
Uh-oh, this isn't good.
Yep, this is very, very bad. And he'll get the tower up and save some of his vills, but this war wagon army, which does have Cav combat now,
yeah, and now he knows where they are. So
I just honestly, Flontier should just right click. There's just nothing that Port can do at this point about these war wagons.
And Mongo is gonna save those vills, but like I said, Mongo knows that is happening over there.
Yeah.
War wagons are just...
And all the, well, I say all, most of the Oregon guns are dead. There's a lot of Ulans. Mongo only has 10 dunes. There's so many skirms, just so many units from Germany. I think it's pretty safe to say this game's over.
Yeah.
And yeah, Mongo calls it. So yeah, that'll bring an end to this series.
Flontier.
And yeah, that'll be Flontier winning 3-1, which is I think quite unexpected. He played.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
He played well in all the games, putting himself in good positions. You know, playing the game pretty well. So
yeah,
it was pretty well deserved for him. And I
absolutely.
think if this was a betting match, some people will be disappointed.
Yeah, they would. What an upset. But I feel like both players played really, really well. And I have to say that I appreciated the sportsmanship that both players had towards each other. So they just, it was really fun games. They were no flaming or anything.
Yeah,
I know chat is disappointed by that, but I always appreciate it.
Both of these players are a little bit more casual, so they're gonna be they're probably not gonna lose their temper and
Flontier, who is he going on to play? It's either Eagle Mutt or
I Am Turk.
I Am Turk, that's right.
So we'll see. We'll see who wins that series, which I think is scheduled for sometime in the next few days. So that'll be another interesting series, because I Am Turk is probably the better player, but Eagle Mutt has some interesting and non-standard strategies that Turk might not be prepared for.